A lawsuit has been filed on behalf of an iron worker after a construction accident at the University of Chicago Medical Center.
That man fell more than 100 feet from the scaffolding and survived, but he suffered catastrophic injuries. WGN's Brona Tumulty has the story.
Good evening. This lawsuit has been filed on behalf of Jeffrey Spurka. He was one of two men who fell more than 100 feet last Thursday when a piece of scaffolding they were on failed in high winds. A lawyer today speaking on behalf of Spurka says the winds weren't really the problem.
These are big, tough guys. Iron workers are the toughest son of a guns in the world, what they do.
Lewis Cairo of GWC Injury Lawyers chatted with us earlier about a case he filed yesterday on behalf of Jeffrey Spurka and his wife Ashley. Jeff's life changed forever last Thursday after an horrific fall. He and two others were on a piece of scaffolding, part of a project at the University of Chicago Medical Center, when the wind picked up.
A gust of wind came by that was calculated on a tower crane, which is about 150 feet away, to be a 44-mile-an-hour wind.
What happened next, we're told, sounded like an explosion as the scaffolding separated at the southwest corner of the building where 27-year-old David O'Donnell was standing.
He lost his footing. There was nothing underneath him, and he fell unfortunately to his death.
Jeff seemingly fell in a slightly different direction.
Fortunately for him, he landed on a large bundle that was probably 2 or 3 feet off the ground of plastic PVC piping, which broke his fall.
Their friend, the third man up there, managed to scramble to safety. But Cairo says the wind, even at 44 miles per hour, wasn't the real issue.
OSHA has a provision that requires that hanging scaffold of this type will withstand up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. This one was even safer than OSHA requires by 10 miles an hour.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
He says these pieces of scaffolding should have been connected and inspected before anyone stepped foot on them.
If you imagine where each corner comes together, they should be chained by the vertical column should be chained together, or you can use with a come along, or you can literally put bolts through them to connect them.
Instead, he says plywood was used.
Laid it where it overlapped the two scaffolds. And then they took nails, and they put nails in there, and they nailed it down. And that's what was used to connect the southwest corner.
The lawsuit names Turner Construction Company, an international contractor, alleging they failed to take the appropriate safety measures on site. The second defendant is a group named Adjustable Forms, which Cairo says is responsible for the installation of that scaffolding. For Jeff, there is a long, long road ahead, but his family is firmly at his side.
He's just a good little dad, and this couple's been together since they were 16 years old. Married for 8 years, and they'll be together forever. But boy, is their life going to be different.
Now, many have asked why the men weren't tethered or harnessed in some way while up that high. And the short answer is industry standards don't require that on this type of scaffolding. If a company or a contractor wanted to add that as some sort of a fail-safe, there are, we're told, a mountain of hoops and additional money that would need to be invested to meet specific OSHA requirements. We're downtown. Brona Tumulty, WGN News.